you pull into the car park and into the winery, and it's something slightly different.
We first came here in 2017. It was quite hard to read the buildings and how they were originally arranged.
It does have some real gems sitting at the back of it, you know, and as we found, they're real heritage assets.
We always knew that arriving at the site, creating a really clear view down to the entrance was really important.
Probably not one of the first ideas, but definitely one of those that's quite an interesting one for me is the fact that the two roofs lap on the entrance. You know, you walk through the entrance into the atrium. You've got the tablinum on the side, which is this treasure room, which is, you know, where we're sitting right now. You've got that walk through to the garden that sits on the opposite side of the threshing barn. All of these little things had echo of a Roman villa. And I think every time we're looking at something, you know, I think we always talk about the fact that a project is so much richer when it has some sort of tangible historic thread that can just weave its way through it.
The challenge was to create a wine tour route through the existing building that ended in a place where you could taste the wine, because ultimately the tasting of the wine is sort of the kind of end of the process, and as if by magic pop out into the shop. You look out over the courtyard and across to the restaurants, and it was a challenge to find a way to use the building. Architecture is often about a change in sense of scale. So go from a large space to a small space, and then come out into a bright space, and trying to create that around what was already here. The passion about restoring these historic assets and then weaving in new pieces of architecture that very much sit sympathetically alongside, but are strikingly different in their cladding, detailing, modern detailing, and then trying to bring these things together to create a sense of place. You know, this was always intended to be the start of what happens at North Farm, the start of a community that as we move outside of the winery into the wider buildings where commercial space for local businesses, and the winery, the restaurants, was always intended to be the central hub, the place where people can come together, and it's absolutely achieved that.